Like, how do you make sure not only you set that standard for yourself, but as a leader, like you're saying, set that for everybody else?
Yeah, the main thing for me is just it's that foundation. Like if you don't have a solid foundation going into the season, like if there's little cracks in it, the whole house is gonna come down by, halfway through the year. And that's like my main thing. I'm a very I have an addictive personality. You know what I mean? I'm an addict at the end of the day. So like I use it as a superpower nowadays. Like there's certain shit every single day I'm doing the same thing. Like Normatec stretch every night before I go to bed, like cold tub, hot tub every single day. There's certain things I have to do, my meal prep, everything. So like even when I'm feeling like shit, I have to, like every morning I know I have to do it. Like it's an agreement I have with myself once the season ends. Like, and that's something I'm doing right now, trying to figure out, okay, what can I do better? How am I going to be better next year? There's certain things I write down, like I'm not breaking this. Like there's no conversation with myself in my head, no matter how fucking bad I feel. So I feel like it's just, the main thing is just being mentally, obviously you got to be mentally strong, but you have to just make agreements with yourself. Like, I'm not fucking breaking this. And we'll see what happens. If it goes great, if I play great, whatever, like that's amazing. That comes with it. But like, if I don't play up to the level I expect, like, I know I did everything trying to do that. So I'm not going to feel like a piece of shit. Like
right. Statistically, the numbers might not be there, but knowing the way you
if I put everything I have into it, bro, I can't feel bad about it. So, but obviously that's
Enjoying
not
the
case.
process.
Yeah, like and just trusting it. So like that's what I always try to tell the young guys. It's like my thing this past off season, like what can I do better as far as going into training? Like the weird little difference I made. Like I was going in at 8 a.m. and going to train. My agreement with myself this past off season was I'm gonna be in the building by 6, no later, every morning, 6 a.m., Monday through Friday. And that's fucked. That's not easy in the off season.
No, especially Fridays when you get to go in later.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And this is, I'm talking February, March, when I don't have to be there technically. Like this is all off season. And I did that. So once the season got there, like that was like boom, I checked that off. I did that. Like for me, that's where I get my confidence from. It's the little shit that like nobody's telling me I got to do this. It's little shit that like, it's challenging as fuck in the off season when I could sit here and sleep and get relaxed until 8 a.m. You know what I mean? But I'm getting up at 5:15 and I'm going and working out when there's nobody in that bitch. That's kind of what that's just one thing, but that's how I pride myself. Is just like setting the standard. Boom, this is what I'm doing regardless of the situation. No matter how I feel, I'm getting the fuck out of bed and I'm doing this. And that's where all my confidence comes from, and that's how I try to push the guys around me, because I'm not like a big hoorah guy. I'm not going to stand there, this is what we fucking got to do, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'll speak when I have to, but like as a leader, like I feel like at the end of the day, the true leaders, like they show that shit every single day. And that comes to practice, the weight room. Like that's how I try to carry myself and pride myself on, because if you go and ask any guy in the locker room or ask Dave, you can ask Dave when you get there, you can ask fucking Coach McDaniels, like they can say whatever. I might be a dick sometimes, I might whatever, but
redhead.
Yeah, red beard, everything. You know what I mean? Super white. But at the end of the day, they can never say I don't work harder than anybody in that building.
I think it shows.
That's what I pride myself on. That's
you see it on
that
film.
matters.
Yeah, having non-negotiables is like a massive
Yeah.
thing that people need to have.
It's huge, bro.
Even if you don't play
my whole
sports.
life, bro. It changed it. 2 years ago when I got that surgery, bro, I started doing that. It's changed my whole fucking life, bro.
It definitely shows, and that's like me being there. You are literally there doing your shit every day.
Yeah.
When you talk about the standard, not that you have to get out of character or get out of personality with it, but do you feel like approaching this next year, maybe you do speak up a little bit more to kind of uphold that standard, because you are a guy who's earned your stripes in the league now, like everybody knows and stuff, and you're talking about your routine every day now, right?
Yeah.
So people know about that and understand, how you come correct every day. Do you feel like you need to speak up a little more to fill more of that leadership role to uphold that standard that you were alluding to earlier?
Yeah, I evaluate everything from my leadership to my play to my attitude, my presence, like everything. I really sit down and break down, all right, what can I do better here? And I feel like that's with anything, there's always room for improvement as a leader, but I feel like, my third year when you were there, we beat the Chargers last game. Like that was my first year being a captain, and I'd never been a captain my whole life. Like, so that was my first time really being voted a captain. So it was like, I was learning a lot, you know what I mean? In that, being in that leadership role, but it was it was different. It was a lot easier when I had a bunch of guys who thought like me, like Quentin Jefferson, Solomon Thomas, Yannick. Like they're all like all of them are fucking
Yannick, legit.
Yeah,
I
like
heard
they're
Giannis really like that.
Yes,
yeah,
he
like
is.
their
He
side,
is.
like they're all kind of crazy in their own way, but like that's how I am. So like I really didn't have to push. You know what I mean? We're all like they've seen how I work. There wasn't negotiables. They're with me after the work. You know what I mean? After practice, running with me.
KJ Wright.
I had a full
another
squad.
one.
Yeah, like I wasn't having to pull motherfuckers. That's what I feel like this year. It was different. You know, it's a lot different because I had a whole new team basically.
More youth.
Yeah, a lot of younger guys, a lot of guys coming from other teams' practice squads, and boom, they're playing on Sunday with me. So that was the challenge this year. Is like this dude doesn't fucking even. I don't know this guy at all. I just met him 2 days ago, and now I got to try to lead him. You know what I mean? Like that was the biggest challenge this year. Is there was a lot of change, a lot of different guys in and out, ton of injuries. So like it was a big challenge, and I feel like overall it's like the hardest year mentally for me because I feel like I was playing my best ball, and I really had a lot of shit that was going on. We were struggling. We're losing a lot of close games. Like there was a lot of moments where I could have just fucking lost my marbles and act out, just fucking lash out. But like I really had to sit there and just internalize a lot of shit and just be grateful for just being in this situation, because I could look at it and bitch about it. Oh, I don't have a bunch of Pro Bowlers playing with me. I don't have this. He has this, and point to other teams. Well, this guy's got that. You know what I mean? Like I could do that, but it's just it does nothing, and that's what a fucking coward would do. And for me, it's like, bro, I trust what I'm doing. I know I'm working like no other, and I trust in the end it's all gonna work out the way it's supposed to if I just continue doing the right shit. And like I look at guys like Aaron Donald, like bro, he was in with the Rams. They sucked for years, and he was the best player in the league, but nobody was really talking about him like how they talk about him now. But over the time, he stuck to the process. He continued to dominate. And then by year 10 last year, he's in the Super Bowl, biggest moment. Everyone fucking sees Aaron Donald. There's no question he's the best. And he goes in the biggest play and fucking wins the Super Bowl. Like, that's the shit I think about. Like, when I get in those moments.
A touchdown.
Yeah, like,
right?
it's touchdown, bro. And he wins and gets home ball game. Like, that's the type of shit I think about. Like, I can lose my shit right now and be like, well, fucking Micah Parsons is rushing with DeMarcus Lawrence and fucking, he's got other, whatever. But that's not what it is. My story is different than everybody. So I just trust that, bro, and I continue to just grind, bro. I work nonstop, and I trust it's all going to work out the way it's supposed to.